Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News, April 24th, 2018, 12:45 a.m. Yes folks, I know it's a little late, early, whatever you want to call it. But I know a lot of you haven't heard from me in a little bit of time, but I've been quite busy. But today, once again, I want to speak about the chemtrailing. It always seems to be a hot topic. We're still out there searching for information. We see the chemtrailing daily in our skies. That we know. I want to discuss my day today. And my day today consisted of taking Dr. Albers down to my bug out location. I've had this location now for several years. It's an abandoned coal mine with several large concrete and steel reinforced structures. Even though it's been there since 1901, it still stands. So I thought I would take her down there today and show her everything that is there. And it was a nice day today, finally temperatures getting up into the mid-70s. And as we were walking down to the location, it was a crystal clear sky. Not long after we got down there, the chemtrail planes started to appear. Now, excuse me, because my sinuses are in overdrive after being outside for a long period today, inhaling and sucking in all of the poisonous bullshit that they are spraying in the sky. You know, folks, a lot of you that have been listening to me for more than a year or 2 years, you know I am one person that does not sugarcoat shit and call it candy. I call it as I see it. And as I see it, they are destroying our skies. They are destroying our planet. I've been off topic of our Planet X investigation for a little while, simply because I haven't made any new discoveries for the last 2 months. But there are things happening in the background that we all pretty much know. For instance, the Lascaux and Soho coronagraphs. They've been down from public viewing, in a way, since January 24th of this year. So we really don't get a lot of data from Soho. About a month ago, a situation arose with the SDO craft going into a spin, a partial spin, blah, 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 whatever. I don't think we're getting accurate information off of the SDO either. Dr. Albers and I have had some long conversations about this over the past couple of days. We both agree that something is definitely happening. And, you know, once again, I'm going to be very blunt. After we have exposed everything, all of the findings, all of the photographs, all of the data, all of the reports, we basically showed NASA, the European Space Agency, we showed these clowns how we are detecting this massive anomaly in our solar system. Now that we know that it is there, it seems that they've gotten better at hiding it. We've all seen over the past few months all of these additional space rocket launches. They tell us that in the nose of the rocket, it's a satellite, it's this, it's that. But in actuality, folks, we don't know what is inside those rockets. We don't actually know what they are doing. Okay, so we really can't believe everything that we see on NASA TV or SpaceX TV. Okay, we know that. We've all talked about the sun simulator. People laugh at the idea of organizations having the ability to put a craft, a device, within our upper atmosphere, within space, to basically clone the sun. Because people just don't look up. But I'll tell you this much, there are millions of us, and growing, and we are looking up. We are disclosing the information. Now, just yesterday, a very nice lady by the name of Rachel Reenstra, I'm going to go ahead and just click over to her channel. Now, in the description box under this live stream, I have left links to her YouTube channel and Richie from Boston's YouTube channel. Rachel's kind of new to our truther community, but she has already uncovered some pretty vital information pertaining to chemtrailing and, what it's doing to your body and possibly what it has done to her body. And she went to her personal physician and she was having some breathing problems. Naturally, they diagnose it as this, as that. You got allergies, you got bronchitis, blah, 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 blah. But the root factor is, she wasn't feeling flu-like symptoms, I guess, but still having these breathing issues. And her doctor came right out and told her exactly what his thoughts were. He referred to it as chemtrail lung. And she lives out in California. Her doctor apparently knows quite a bit about this process of chemtrailing. So what I'm asking, folks, is that you join in, subscribe to her channel, listen to what she has to say. There are more and more of us that are stepping up to the plate that aren't afraid of the elite. We're not afraid of YouTube. We're not afraid of Facebook. We're not afraid of the powers that be. To be honest, ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to do anything to us because they listen to us. They listen to every word that we say. The reason being, well, they're not stupid. They will learn from us. And what they will learn are ways to continue to deceive us. They will look at the information that we are providing you, and then they'll go in there and try to destroy that. Rachel's recent video that she just uploaded a little while ago, she's talking about how, people kind of came at her, the trolls and the shills, and even people that she thought were her friends, once she started to disclose this type of information. Well, you get the stab in the back. People think that you're crazy. But in actuality, those are the people that are just ignorant. Ignorant meaning, lack of intelligence. Not that they don't have manners. They just have lack of intelligence. They don't know what they're talking about. You know, I listen to Richie from Boston all the time. We don't agree on all of the subjects, but we don't have to. Me personally, I think he's a hardcore truther. The same as me. I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people try to do to me. You know, I play around with the trolls and blah, blah, blah because I find it amusing. I like slapping them around, you know. It's like that cockroach that you see over in the corner and you're just waiting to smash it and hear it crunch under your boot. But Rachel recorded this doctor visit, which was pretty brave of her and the doctor. She gave the video to Richie and he uploaded it to his channel, wanting everybody to mirror the video and share it. And after watching it, I was pretty floored because, you know, it's kind of rare that you see a doctor willing to go on camera in one of his own medical examining rooms in his office and, you know, start spilling the beans on the chemtrailing. And ladies and gentlemen, we know that these are chemtrails. You know, look, I'm going to be, once again, very blunt and right to the point. There is a very big difference between contrails, condensation trails from planes, and the nice little geometric patterns and grids that are sprayed in the skies every single day. You know, what are they really trying to do? Are they trying to bounce back radiation that is spewing into this planet? It's a possibility. We may never actually know the real truth behind what they're doing. But the more and more people that jump on the bandwagon and start investigating and start producing information, the better off we're going to be. Now, they're never going to stop. We really don't have the power as people right now to stop them. But we can publicize it. But you know, folks, what I've noticed, even publicizing it now, they just don't care. It is a blatant smack in the mouth from the Geoengineering network. They don't care. They don't care that they're making millions and millions and millions of people sick. They don't care what they're doing to our crops, our forests, plant life, animal life, and human life. They just don't care. Why? Because they have their own damn agenda. So therefore, we as a people need to have our own agenda in exposing what they are doing. So, once again, if any of you do not follow Richie from Boston, follow him. Subscribe to his channel. You may not agree with everything that he says. You may not like his personality. Who cares? A lot of you don't like my personality. But it is what it is. Jump on the bandwagon. Follow Rachel's channel. I do believe that, you know, in the upcoming weeks, she's probably going to be coming out with a lot more information. You know, in this latest video, she's talking about this E. coli outbreak. Absolutely insane. You know, I mean, you can't go and eat a salad because you possibly get sick. We've seen these outbreaks constantly. It's ridiculous. In today's society, we should have the ability to guarantee that we are buying and eating clean, healthy food, but that's not the case. We know that. A lot of you follow Mr. MBB333, another fantastic truther. The man is totally awesome. A lot of you follow BP Earthwatch. Again, Jesse's fantastic. Love the guy. Great information. A lot of people are being sucked into this whole entire political, I don't even know what to call it anymore, show, drama, soap opera. It's ridiculous. A lot of people are drawn into that. It takes them away from the reality of what is actually happening out there. That's sad. Folks, I've told you before, the deception is real. It is very real. Getting back to Planet X, what is out there in our solar system? Yes, it's real. We have thousands of documented photographs over the years. We know it's there. We see what is happening to the sun, and we see the world governments, probably just a few, that have really gone in depth to hide what is happening. Increased radiation, very, very high UV levels worldwide. Where's it all coming from? We know exactly where it's coming from. So, talking with Dr. Albers today while we were on our little journey, we're going to continue to try to find more and more evidence related to what is out there in our solar system. Look, folks, I see the stories each and every day coming out about, Nibiru crashing into the Earth on April 23rd, April 24th, April 25th. Excuse me one second. Being out in the chemtrails all day, I have to blow my nose. Sorry, folks. Being out there for hours today, as they were spraying over top of us, it just, really screwed me up. But anyhow, anywho, and anyway, we've tackled the subject matter of Planet X for years. I think we've proven beyond reasonable doubt that it's there. It has some partners, and they've definitely set up their orbits around the sun, facing grand solar minimum. That's another big problem. Climate change, all induced by what is happening within our solar system. But I heard one gentleman talk about a magnetar exploding, and that first wave of energy impacting the Earth and several more waves of energy to come. That's all possible. We have to see that. The evidence that we've shown, it shows you. It shows you massive objects orbiting our sun, near our sun, within our sun's corona. Ways of disguising the sky. is what they have to come up with. So, for the longest time, I've placed myself in their shoes, thinking, okay, we have this problem, and the problem is we have to disguise what people are able to see from the ground. Will they be able to see the sun go dark? And you know, folks, when I say the sun goes darker, when Dr. Albers mentions that, we're not talking about, you know, a total blackout. We're talking about the dimming of light. But today really blew me away. You know, I started exposing chemtrails back in 2005. By 2009, you know, I was all over Facebook every single day, disclosing what I was finding out. Pictures, comments, you name it. Within 6 months, Facebook terminated my personal Facebook page. Just terminated it. Never got it back. So we know these planes are up there. We know what they're doing. They're not contrails. So when someone tells you that's a contrail from a jet plane, if you happen to be standing in front of that person, just slap them. Maybe that will bring them into reality. You know, a good slap. Because they're deceiving themselves. Don't let them deceive you. I have a lot of photographs that come across the Planet X News Facebook page. A lot of people share a ton of information with me on a daily basis. The photographs that I'm going to go through, these were all shared with me just recently, today. And once again, folks, overwhelming evidence of what they're loading in the planes. Now, today, when I was down at my bug out location, as I mentioned, the skies were crystal clear, sun simulator beaming in the sky, and I had my video camera and camera down there, and Dr. Albers and I, we were actually going to do an on-the-spot video talking about what was transpiring above our heads. We were literally watching these jets streak across the sky at speeds I've never seen before. You know, folks, we all see, you know, the passenger airliners flying in the sky. You could watch them with your eye. You can videotape them with a camera. But these chemtrail planes, something new has happened. They have gained speed, and I mean tremendous speed with these aircraft. I'm going to show you some photographs that I took today. Unfortunately, the video that Dr. Albers and I recorded today on location, you know, all of a sudden my camera just started beeping and it shut off. I had a full battery pack. I don't know what happened. All of the footage just, it wasn't deleted, but it's no good. It just wasn't there whenever I tried to upload it. Some of the photographs were there, about 10 of them out of 30. I don't know what happened, technical issue. We're going to make an attempt to go back down there and re-record this. But what we witnessed today was crazy. These planes were like at supersonic speed. And within a matter of 30 minutes, they destroyed the sky. We had about a 30-minute walk from where I parked my car to my bug out location. And, in the case of, some type of an emergency, I don't want to be on the beaten path in the city. I want to be out in nature. I want to be next to a water source, blah, blah, blah. But what we saw today, once again, reassured me that the governments around the world are disguising something within our skies. There's no doubt. So the series of photographs I'm going to show you here real quick, these were shared with me. So we see these U.S. Air Force planes being loaded with what looks like, a tank mechanism, a spraying mechanism. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. You can see the tanks, 5 of them. Hazardous material logos. What looks to be either a couple of vent exhausts, or they just literally lower the ramp on the back of this military craft and lower these 2 spray nozzles out the back and give us a taste of chemtrail. This is another inside look. What exactly is going on in this photograph? I don't have solid proof to tell you that that is a chemtrail plane. But, come on, let's be realistic here. Pretty unusual. What kind of got me is right over here. If you follow my cursor, you see the word patent in a series of numbers. We're going to have to try to investigate that a little bit. If any of you want to investigate this patent and this number, I don't know if it's a partial number. Let's try to find out what this damn apparatus is in this jumbo jet. We've all seen similar photographs like this before. This photograph was shared with me also. It says that this is a discharge nozzle on the starboard side of a C-130. A discharge nozzle. A discharge nozzle for what? Yeah, exactly. Folks, these planes that I see, as of lately, they're all gray. They're gray. They're gray military planes. They're not white. They're not blue. They're not freaking red. They're military planes. In Rachel's video, when she was with her doctor, he actually talked about several airports where these planes are leaving from in the California, LA, California area, Los Angeles. He talks about it. So why are there jumbo jets lurking in our skies that are full of these tanks from one end to the other? Is it all make-believe? Is it all total BS? I don't think so. What would the reasoning be to have planes, jumbo jets, equipped with this type of equipment? Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. And then, you have these people that are actually working within this industry. They probably pretty much know what the hell they're doing. photographs do get leaked out. So once again, we have a jet airliner that's been, maybe converted to a chemtrail plane. So what exactly is in these large vats, in these containers? What is it, milk? What is it, freaking Kool-Aid? No, it's chemicals. We pretty much know what the solution that they're using because people are taking air samples. Here you go. Another chemtrail plane. You see all the equipment. This is probably in the front part of the plane. Sprayer 05. Hazmat inside. Sprayer? Okay. Once again, folks, people are leaking the information. No doubt about it. Another inside photograph. Jumbo jet. This looks like a commercial airliner that was converted. The reason why I say a passenger airliner converted, here's your overhead compartments right here. Kind of unusual that if you look right here, the cockpit is completely blocked off from the hazardous materials stored in these tanks. Tons of wiring, all to coordinate the spraying. Makes me sick to my stomach. And yeah, folks, it is making you physically sick. Kind of a grainy picture here that was shared with me. It says inside of a mega sprayer. Got this guy's face blocked out partially here. You see workers up here. Looks like they're wiring something. What do we have here? More tanks, more barrels over there. Tons of computer equipment. More barrels over here. Yeah, it's a lovely picture. I mean, folks, look. Just look at the photograph. So, again, what makes you think that those are contrails in the sky when you know damn well they're not? Why would they be equipping planes, jumbo jets, with these huge canisters? What are they, transporting milk? I mean, come on. Those look like, old-fashioned big milk containers back in the day. So what are they, transporting milk by airliner now? Yeah, I doubt that. After being outside today for 3 hours, I have to say that I found it very hard to breathe. My walk back to the car, I was having some breathing issues. Dr. Albers also, same thing. We got in the car, we looked at each other, and we said, holy hell, I can't breathe. And it was bad today, folks. I mean, it was really bad. They mucked the sky up really good, and they did it fast. Half the sky, right in front of the sun. As we drove away and headed back homebound, the sky cleared up because we were driving in the opposite direction of the sun. But within an hour of being back home, they made their way right over here. And within a matter of an hour, that blue sky was gone. Everything was gone. I'll show you the photographs. But once again, we have these photographs clearly showing the interior sections of chemtrail planes. It's pretty disgusting. Once again, if you take a look, you see all the happy chemtrail workers? They should be ashamed of themselves. They're criminals. I don't care if they're common workers. They know exactly what they're doing. Why are they doing it? They need a job. They don't think nothing of it. Maybe they've been brainwashed. Who knows? Fact of the matter is, why is there a jumbo jet full of these containers? Massive amounts of wiring. Yeah. My thoughts exactly. Yeah, you got a guy right here. He's sitting back there. Looks to be he's manning the operation there in the back. Looks like he's wearing either a U.S. Army or U.S. Air Force jumpsuit. You see a logo right there on this tank that has a tree. I don't know if we could zoom in. It might blur a little bit. Forestry Service. Is this possibly one of those planes that puts out fires? Or creates them? Yeah. We all saw the devastation in California with the forest fires. A lot of information came out about that. Here's a great picture of a plane spewing out a supposed contrail out of this little nozzle. Sorry, folks. My sinuses are absolutely killing me. I honestly feel like today I was actually poisoned. Oh. But why would a plane be equipped with these types of nozzles? Some would say, that might be a mechanism to dump fuel. Okay, well, prove it. To me, that looks like a spray nozzle spraying a chemical. A disbursement of some type of agent into the damn air. Pretty weird looking device on the wing of this plane. Even looks like it has a propeller of some sort right here. I don't know exactly what that is here on the front side. But again, folks, these are military planes. They're pretty old, too. And that may be a possibility why they converted a lot of these. And they are all part of the geoengineering project worldwide. Now, once again, here is a closer look at that tank. There's a spray nozzle right here, labeled C, or B and C. They're not the greatest quality photographs, but I'm sure you can tell exactly what it is. Here's just another photograph, kind of a stock photograph that was sent. But again, contrails. I don't ever remember seeing contrails, with these massive plumes trailing behind it. Out of several locations, 4 locations on the plane. Now, naturally, if they're going to produce these types of plumes, you're going to want those spray nozzles pretty close to the exhaust or the backflow from the big turbine engines on a jet airliner. Therefore, the disbursement would be better. I don't think you really need to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Once again, another photograph. Kind of weird, seeing a plane in the sky. All of these big plumes of smoke pouring out of all 4 of the engines. Makes you think, oh God, is that plane on fire? Are the engines blowing up? Hell no. They're spraying chemtrail solutions in the air. Now, these are the photographs that were saved on my camera from today. And something very unusual appeared as I was taking the photographs. And right here is a brand new chemtrail plane that just literally came out of nowhere. I have a little piece of video, but I could barely keep this plane in my viewfinder because it was moving so fast. Folks, a passenger airliner travels at about 500 miles per hour, top speed, maybe 525, 550, definitely under 600 miles per hour. Okay? This plane was large. It was not a jet fighter. It was not a Lear jet. Okay? It was a full-scale, 747, 757 massive plane moving at rates of speed that were absolutely incredible. And, 30 minutes before this, there were clear skies. And you could see in a matter of 30 minutes, 45 minutes, they completely blanketed the section of sky in front of the sun. As I started taking the photographs, this pink line appears. It's actually behind the chemtrail. Now, I've been using my camera for a long time. I take daily photographs directly at the sun, clouds, the chemtrails, the planes. I've pointed my 35 millimeter digital camera directly at the sun in many different situations. Never, ever have I seen this pink beam. I don't know exactly what it is. It was a little crazy looking. Kind of startled me when I uploaded the photographs to my computer and started looking at the data. But it also shows up in the short little video piece that I was able to record, which was only about 18 seconds. And it didn't move. So, if it was a camera anomaly, a camera artifact, then this pink beam, it would have moved with the movement of my camera, because I was trying to capture and zoom in on this plane, but it was moving entirely too fast. It was in coordination with 3 other planes traveling at very fast speeds. Interesting. That's all I have to say. Very interesting. Shortly after that photograph, you can see the disbursement of the chemtrails. They start to, kind of dissipate a little bit, expand to cover the sky. Now, whenever I was telling you that there were more than just one plane, there were 4 or 5 of them. Well, this shows you right here. This plane, this chemtrail, that plane was headed off north. Right behind it, another one. Now, folks, we know that FAA regulations, you're not going to be flying jumbo jets this close to each other. It's against the law. It's against FAA regulations. People want us to believe that, the tic-tac-toe patterns, the grid patterns in the sky, oh, that's just air traffic. Oh, really? I'm 70 miles away from an airport, but yet I have grid patterns right over top of me every single day, just like everybody else around the United States and a lot of the European countries, Canada, you name it. We're all getting a nice healthy dose of these chemicals. Now, shortly after taking that photograph, we noticed that things got pretty dim for a few minutes. Dr. Albers even made the comment. She said, wow, did you notice how dark it got? And folks, this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay? 1 o'clock in the afternoon. These clouds that you see over here, these aren't storm clouds. It was a blue sky. So they did their job. Look at this line. So people want you to believe that that's a contrail? Give me a break. I zoomed in a little closer, the next photograph, and you can see this contrail's breaking up. It's dispersing. This is a brand new one right here. But you could see how dark the photograph is. I have my 35 millimeter camera. I have it set on automatic settings, for the lighting. And it's going to pick up exactly what it sees. But visibly with our own eyes, we can see the difference in the color of the sky. What was in front of us was the sun. What was in back of us was blue sky. But that didn't last very long. They destroyed that. A few minutes later, I turned around, I took a few more photographs. This pink beam appears again. And I could see it in the viewfinder of my camera. You could already see one chemtrail dispersing and another one right over here making its way into the chemtrail cloud that its partner just created. What exactly is that pink beam? I don't know, folks. Like I said, I've been using my camera for a long time, taking daily photographs of the sun, blah, blah, blah. I've never seen that artifact before. Never. I show all of you the pictures that I take. I post them on the Facebook page. Have any of you seen any of my photographs from my camera with that pink beam in it? Absolutely not. Same thing. This photograph, actually, they're out of sequence, but this was a photograph just before. You can see the longer chemtrail line. So this was just before. And you could see the beam is still there. I don't know what it is. I'm sure all the little 2-bit trolls will just say, oh, you know, that's from pointing your camera at the sun, blah, blah, blah. Now, all of a sudden, all of these jerk-offs are photographic forensic experts, when 90% of them don't even have a job, let alone all of a sudden they know everything there is to know about camera optics and photography and blah, blah, blah. Makes me laugh. Here's a photograph that wasn't zoomed in at all. And again, there's the beam. It's within the clouds. You can see it's a little hazier here. Here's your chemtrail plane streaking across the sky. Here's another plane that has already gone by. Look how close. Nice grid pattern. Now, again, these pictures are out of sequence. I'm actually showing you them in reverse. But, you know, I'm pointing the camera directly at the sun into this massive chemtrail cloud that these jokers put up there within a matter of 30 minutes. Okay, these pictures are only maybe 5 or 10 seconds apart. So no pink beam here. Oh, why wouldn't it show up here? But it shows up here. And it shows up there. So what exactly was going on? Did we catch something that this sun simulator was doing? We'll never know. But again, I've never had that pink beam in any of my photographs. None of them. Same thing here. Direct shot, directly at the sun, no beam. Chemtrail plane, cruises by, no beam. Where is it? It's in the other photographs. And these are just kind of in succession. No beam. These are some photographs that I took yesterday of the moon. Zoomed in, I believe about, I believe the setting was like 50 power. And this photograph over here is inverted. I put them side by side. And the reason why I inverted the photograph, you know, sometimes you can see a little bit more detail. It just, you know, the photographs that I took yesterday of the moon, they really got me thinking. And I'm sure a lot of you have your own thoughts about our moon. And all these photographs I took yesterday. Here's a quad photograph. This photograph, these were taken at about 7 p.m. just before it started getting dark. You know, I'm not saying the moon's not there, because if our moon was not there, the Earth would have gone through some massive, catastrophic changes. We probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this live stream, and you wouldn't be listening to it. But is something going on with the moon? I can't tell you for sure, but things look strange. They look very strange. This was a dead-on shot right here. And again, the photograph was taken at about 7 o'clock, maybe a little earlier. You can see the sky still partially blue of some sort. But, you know, perfect line right through it. Can't see a damn thing. Now, we all know the phases of the moon. Don't get me wrong, folks. You know, I'm not saying the moon's disappeared, the moon's gone, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying that the photographs that I took yesterday seem kind of odd. Over the years, I've taken hundreds of photographs of the moon. And, you know, I'm going to continue. Once again, another photograph. You know, folks, I haven't done anything to these photographs. No color changes, no filters, nothing. Just straight on camera on a tripod. I think this was zoomed in at like 50 power. Nice photos. This was a little bit darker. You could see the sky color was starting to change. It was getting a little bit darker. But what kind of got my attention, and the reason why I'm showing you these photographs, is if you ever take a telescope or even a camera on a tripod and you zoom into the moon and you focus and you set the moon directly in the middle of your viewfinder, if you walk away for just a minute or two, the moon will move out of the center of your viewfinder where you placed it. Why? The Earth is moving, the moon is moving, but during the time that I was taking these photographs, about 45 minutes passed. 45 minutes. My camera on a tripod, sitting in my driveway, beamed in on the moon, and it stayed directly in the center of my viewfinder. How in the hell is that possible? Because everything is in constant motion. I mean, I've literally looked at the moon through binoculars, through telescopes, through cameras on tripods. It moves. So how for 45 minutes yesterday, taking these photographs, does the damn moon stay in the center of my viewfinder for 45 minutes? I don't know. Maybe one of these super scientific know-it-all trolls has the answer. This is an inverted photograph. I inverted all the photographs. I like to do it because sometimes I see things that you can't see in the regular photo. But they were pretty cool looking, and just split right down the middle. And, according to the phases of the moon, this phase was correct. It was very interesting. This photograph I took earlier yesterday, and once again, here we go with the rainbow clouds. They like to call them iridescent clouds now. You can see right here the base of the halo that was around the sun, and the sky in front of the sun was just dotted with these little tiny round clouds, but just in front of the sun. Pretty sure I have a picture of it. Oh, here we go, right here. So this picture, I was driving and I saw this happening, and I said to myself, what the hell is that? That looks pretty damn strange. And for somebody who's a sky watcher, you know the difference between clouds. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. Zoom in on it a little bit. You got the little sun simulator popping out through it. And then right below, you have the portion of the halo. And in this halo, the old sun simulator doesn't seem to be directly in the middle. It seems to be a little bit lower, not dead center. Folks, we continue to see these sun halos every single day, worldwide. So why didn't we see all of these sun halos last year? Why didn't we see all of these sun halos in 2016? Why didn't we see all of these daily sun halos back in 2015? Why? They've definitely changed something within the disbursement of these chemtrails, the sun simulator. And folks, my true belief is there are more than one sun simulators in our upper atmosphere. There is something up there. There is more than one. I do believe that these recent rocket launches, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, I do believe that these aren't satellites. We got enough satellites in space, for God's sakes. People say, well, why can't I see this with my telescope at night? We should be able to see these sun simulator devices. Well, did you ever think that, these sun simulators, maybe they have a cloaking device, cloaking technology that will not allow you to see them? We already know the governments have cloaking technology. They're using it on us every single day. These are all different photographs, folks. I took them, 15, 20 seconds apart. and the sky got darker. It's not me adjusting contrast. I took these two pictures almost back to back. Notice the different colors. Goes from a darker blue, kind of lightens up, a little grayish blue. And and once again, bingo. Here's more of the iridescent clouds. And I just took this photograph, and this was not too long after the chemtrail planes were, dotting the skies back and forth. Because you can see right here, 3 of the lines, and you could see the way that the chemtrails just disperse. And they cloud the sky. But folks, they do it for a reason. What are the reasons? That is the information that we are all truly trying to gain. I think we're owed the explanation. It's our lungs that they're destroying. Once again, dead on shot, took these photographs 2 days ago. You can see the chemtrail directly right across the sun. X patterns everywhere. X pattern here. Chemtrail here. Chemtrail here. Chemtrail there. And then you can see the way that it dissipates. This photograph, same thing. This is what I was trying to show you in those previous photographs of those little tiny dotted clouds. I took this photograph in the parking lot of a Lowe's, lumber store, looking straight due west, and just an absolutely incredible photograph. You can see the disbursement of the chemtrails all around you in this crazy pattern. And then, as I'm examining this photograph, I happen to look up and I see this little object up here. Yeah, what the hell is that? Maybe a little grainy, but it looks like a freaking disc. It's not a bird, it's not a plane, and it sure as hell ain't Superman. This is not the first time that I've caught strange craft. I don't know what the hell they are. But as you pan back into the photograph, you could barely see it. You really wouldn't even think anything of it. But me, I examine everything. But again, as you zoom into it, what does it look like to you? It obviously has a bottom, which is completely, perfectly oval. And you could see a little bit of a dome structure right up here. What is it? I have no idea. As I was taking the other photographs that day, there was nothing in the sky. There were no birds. There were no planes. But this object appears in the photograph. Just one. Once again, I was trying to catch this halo, but the chemtrails, you could see them. They're getting pretty good at doing that X pattern right in front of the sun. I took these photographs the other day, and I popped these up on the our Facebook page. And this is inverted. And I'm wondering, what the hell are these? What the hell are these? They're shaped like a shield. Here's a view that is kind of, well, this was the original, not zoomed in. So, when you're taking photographs constantly, every single day, you know your camera. You know what your pictures look like. I examine them every day. So, what the hell are these? Very distinct shape. Sure as hell wasn't dust on my lens. The camera's kept perfectly clean. I checked the lens. Yeah. We could take a look a little closer. I actually zoomed in because I was able to see these objects in the viewfinder. And I was saying to myself, what in the hell are those? They seem to have little dots or some type of a grid within them. Again, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of questions that we just don't have complete, accurate answers to. Do we have the right to investigate this? Absolutely. There may be people out there that make fun of you because you're looking up. And that's okay. Just ignore those people. The trolling organizations, look, they're there for a reason. Okay? They're there to intimidate you, get on your nerves, and try to cast doubt into everything that is shown to your followers, your subscribers, your viewers. But what excuses do they give? Oh, that's just a camera artifact. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. But they never show you conclusive evidence. They just spout off at the mouth because that's what they are. They are paid mouthpieces. Bottom line. So here is another photograph. After I started seeing these objects within my photograph, I started snapping a few more. Still, I have no idea what the hell they are. And again, they're kind of shaped like a shield. Not, hexagonal or octagonal. Kind of shaped like a shield of some kind. And now all of a sudden, I'm getting a totally different type of photograph than I got months ago. So that's why I'm saying that something has changed up there. I believe they have new technology that has been placed up there. I believe that it definitely has something to do with all of these back-to-back-to-back rocket launches. I mean, what do you think? Do you think they're just putting up more satellites? What the hell do we need more satellites for? There's like 10 billion of them up there already. I believe they're changing their technology to disguise more. So we can't see past the chemtrail clouds. And you're not going to see past them. So you can get out your big telescopes and your high-powered cameras, whatever. You're not going to see past or through these clouds that they're producing. They have advanced technology that will not permit you from seeing past that stage. I took this photograph a few days ago. Stood in my driveway and with just a pair of, lightly tinted sunglasses on, looked straight up at the sun. It was only 43 degrees. It was kind of chilly outside. But as I took this photograph, I can feel the heat just concentrated, just on my facial area. And this big, round ball. White and bright. Almost like, like a fluorescent light. If you notice when you're out and about, and it is a clear day, and the supposed sun is shining, take off your sunglasses, let your eyes adjust, and take a look at the shadows on the ground. Do this between noon and about 3 or 4 o'clock. Because I'm almost noticing that like these shadows, they kind of don't exist like you would have with normal light. It's almost like a studio light. Studio lights are made so they don't cast a shadow. I've been noticing this since 2015. In 2016, I noticed it tremendously. I talked about it frequently. In 2017, I noticed it and I talked about it. And now once again, I'm seeing it more and more. It's like you're walking around in a studio. The Matrix. This was a photograph that was sent to me, and I just inverted it and, took a look at it, and I was kind of making sure it wasn't, an optical illusion with the sun and, ghosting a ghosted image of the sun. And the more and more I delved into the photograph, the more and more I, started to wonder, holy hell, what am I looking at here? Because a lot of times, folks, we have to be very careful photographing the sun with certain digital cameras, because especially that Nikon P900, a lot of the Nikon series of cameras, they're just, they just produce these ghosted images. You'll get a ghosted image of the moon. You'll get a ghosted image of the sun. So beware of those photos. The 2 suns and 2 moons. But, this photograph, it kind of captured my eye because, as I played around with inverting it and looking at it in detail, I started coming to the conclusion that, if you follow my cursor down here to the lower right, I'm actually believing that this is the real sun and this is the simulator. Because you notice the little bit of shadowing underneath this sphere, but none on this illuminated sphere. You can see it here. Just a little bit of shadowing underneath. Nothing. Perfectly round. A little bit of shadowing under here. Perfectly round. So, it kind of makes you wonder, once again, whenever we see these photographs of two suns, as long as it's not a ghosted image. And I've gotten pretty good at seeing these photographs and being able to tell whether they're a ghosted image or not. But this image, it kind of caught my eye. Definitely caught my eye. And the reason I just explained to you. So if these were ghosted images, they would be identical, pretty close. But why would this sphere have a shadow underneath, and this one be perfectly round? And as you zoom into this one, you see the nice little bright line right around it, perfectly spherical. And then you see what might be our real sun, and this might be the simulator. And again, folks, maybe we will never know the actual truth. Who knows? And this is just an inverted photograph of it. Partially obscured here. Totally spherical. Which one's real? Which one's fake? Definitely makes you wonder. But listen, folks. Take the opportunity. Start listening to Rachel. Listen to her experiences. I think for all of you, it will be a breath of fresh air. There are many, many people out there that are trying their best to bring forth credible information, or at least their experiences. Share her videos. Share the Planet X videos. Share Dr. Albers' videos. But listen, folks, one word of advice. Please. The information coming from these 2-bit piece of shit tabloid journalists over in the UK, The Sun and the UK Express, they're garbage. Okay? Don't read the articles. Don't share the articles. Please don't send me the articles about Nibiru crashing into the Earth on, the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th. Folks, they're making fun of you. And all you're doing is putting money in their pocket because they are truly the fear mongers. Not people like me. Not people like Rachel or Richie from Boston or the other truther channels. We're not telling you the world is coming to an end. We want to grab your attention on the state of affairs of our planet, our skies, our sun, our moon, our people. And again, some of you may watch Richie from Boston. Some of you may not. Some of you may not like him. Some of you may like him. I think he's a pretty cool dude. I love his tenacity. I love the way that he goes right at it. And listen, this man has served in the military. I think he's pretty spot on a lot of his subjects. But folks, as much as you are on your cell phone or sitting at your computer, you have access to social media for now. Take the opportunity. Share all of our videos. It just takes a few clicks. That one sharing of a video may enlighten one person. Therefore, you've done your job. Because now, folks, if you're following me, if you're following other channels, then you have obligated yourself to be part of this truth movement. Don't just sit there and peruse through the videos and the news feed on Facebook and do nothing. I have talked about this before. You can't just sit on the sidelines and watch the game. Don't be the damn water boy. Get out there and be the star quarterback. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family and your friends and your countrymen. Because a lot of us are from different countries. And we're all fighting the same damn battle. If we fail to share the information that others are putting out, we're losing. Now, again, let me reiterate. I'm not talking about sharing these ridiculous, retarded, asinine articles coming from the Sun or the UK Express. That is all total garbage. You know, folks, we could keep on digging into biblical prophecy. And, if more and more of you want to follow David Meade, go right ahead. But a lot of that information is very inaccurate. We're not dealing with biblical times today. We are dealing with our time now. Yes, there may be some huge comparisons, but what is happening to this planet now and what has happened to this planet in the past, it's totally different. They didn't have the technology that we have now. Remember, the key word is deception. And we are being deceived every minute of every day. The deception is what we need to uncover. We know it's happening. It's hard to prove. But the more we jump on it, the more of us that enter into this field of being a truther, our numbers will increase. You don't have to actually like somebody personally to listen to their information. They may say something that could save your life one day. So if you're listening to me, then you owe it to yourself. You owe it to your family and your friends to click on the share button, share the information. It takes a few seconds of your day. I'd like all of you to start listening to Rachel. And I'd also like all of you to start listening to Richie from Boston. Keep listening to Mr. MBB333. Fantastic information. Keep listening to Jeff P. BP Earthwatch. Some of the other truthers out there that you definitely listen to. But listen, folks. Be very leery of folks that, all of a sudden, they come out of the woodwork and, you start following them and, they're talking about all this, end of the world bullshit, because I don't think we are anywhere near an end of the world. I've said that many times before. But we are truly in a fight. A huge fight. This freaking matrix that we are in is mind-blowing. But you have to keep your wits about yourself. If you haven't watched the video that Rachel produced interviewing her doctor during her doctor visit, it's on my YouTube channel. She made the video. She gave it to Richie from Boston. He uploaded it and asked that it be shared. You could mirror the video. The same goes for me, folks. You want to mirror one of my videos? Go right ahead. Don't change it. You could add something to it that may be credible. We got to do what we got to do. I think this lady is definitely onto something with the interview from her doctor. And I did want to mention that Dr. Albers and I, we've been working on a fourth book. And this one's probably going to be, this one's probably going to be bad. It's probably going to be nasty. Because we're going to go after the whole entire chemtrail conspiracy. 100%. Overdrive. As soon as the book is done, we are going to publish it. This will be our fourth book. And the more people that know, the better. A lot of freaky things going on in the skies above, folks. But the links for Rachel's YouTube channel and Richie's channel are in the description box under this video. Take the time when the live stream's over, click on the links, subscribe to their channels, set your notifications up right then and there. Again, folks, a few clicks. Click, 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 you're done. You want to go through some of Rachel's videos? I would definitely recommend that. And keep yourself in tune. I apologize, I haven't been that vocal over the past, 2 months. I've been very busy with, my businesses and very busy in depth, continuing my own personal investigations, my research. And some people, they don't like that we use that word research, but, we will call it whatever the hell we want to call it. We're not going to allow anyone to dictate to us what we can and cannot do. And don't even get me started on that subject matter of your rights being stripped away every minute of every day. And it's coming full force. So watch it. You can pay attention to the politics and the drama, and you will see these things are playing out. I talked about all of this exclusively in 2016 and 2017. The massive amount of civil unrest. What is happening now? All over Europe. Here in the United States. In Canada. South America. I just saw one of the biggest masses of people in the streets in Venezuela. I've never seen that many people in my life gather. It's happening everywhere. We need to stay on guard. We need to stay vigilant. They're coming after your freedom of speech. They're coming after your freedom of religion. And they're coming after your Second Amendment right here in the United States. It's now happening in my state here in Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, today it's no longer about Planet X, Nibiru. We already know that these stellar objects are here. They're partnered with the sun now. We already know that. Now it's time to move to another chapter. And this next chapter will be the worldwide deception. And we need to uncover that. All of us together. Remember, I talk about those two powerful two-letter words, us and we. Two powerful little words. I'm glad I had this opportunity to jump on here this early morning. It's now 2:20 a.m. I'm going to get some rest. I got a lot of thinking to do. But I'm going to continue. Nobody's shutting me up. The same should go for each and every one of you. Continue to share all of our information back to back. I've told all of you before. Use your own YouTube channels. Use your access to social media. Right now, it's a powerful tool, but they are putting limits on it. As for right now, use it to your advantage. I'm going to sign off, folks. I thank all of you very, very much taking the time to listen. I'd like to thank my moderators. Dawn, thank you very much. I thank all of you. And all I have to say is stay tuned. And remember, that deception is real. It is as real as it gets. This is Scott from Planet X News. Thank you for watching. Take care, folks. Be safe.